What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Baddies Africa Season 7, Episode 11. The episode is titled Brawls Are Us, you guys. Before we get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss Baddies Africa, shall we? Okay, you guys, so before I get into this episode of Baddies, I do want to bring up this comment that I got last week after my review of Baddies. And like I told you guys, I don't have a problem with y'all disagreeing with me or not. That's not a problem. Now, if you're new here, then welcome, right? But I just want to, address this comment. It wasn't a bad comment or anything like that, but I just want to clear up what the comment said to me. Because someone left a comment on the video last week about what I said about Dolly and the fact that I was talking about Dolly, and the person was like, you must not like Dolly. Again, if you're new here, welcome, but allow me to tell you how I feel about Dolly. I don't dislike Dolly. I really don't dislike her, but I'm not a fan of what I see of her on this show, and I've said that numerous times. When it comes down to anybody that I like or dislike, I'm gonna call out what I don't like, and I'm gonna call out what I do like, right? But with Dolly, there's very little that I like. I gotta be real. There is very little that I like when it comes to her. But like last season, I didn't like any of the stuff I thought that they were wrong with some of the things they were doing to the girl. This season, it feels like to me, and this is my opinion because this is my channel, it feels like to me, when it comes down to Dolly, Lex, and Summer, they are doing the very same things that they did not like last season. Remember, last season, they were so up in arms about Jayla fighting Dolly in the club. In this episode, you're at the club, Dolly's fighting. So so with this season, me calling out Dolly, I'm calling out what I think is her being hypocritical. But let's get into the episode, because the episode opens with Dolly and with Tavi, whatever her name is, right? Now, they going heads up. This first round, I can't really say who won, to be quite honest with you. Because 1 minute it looked like, because the problem with both Dolly and Tavi is they fight with their heads down, and Dolly she punches very fast. Like Dolly be punching fast, and I can't really say. What I can say is, what's her name's face? Beat the hell up. It was toe up. Tavi's face was toe up. But it's also, I feel like Tavi's face ain't had time to heal from the last few fights that she done had. So she ain't doing nothing but re-injuring herself. Same with Dolly, because Dolly's is swollen. I'm like, here's the thing when it comes to these girls. Y'all do all this stuff. Y'all in y'all either early 30s, late 30s, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. By the time y'all get to y'all 40s, y'all gonna be hurting. Y'all gonna be having arthritis and all that kind of crap. But if y'all like it, I love it, right? Now they broke that fight up, and after they broke that fight up, that is when Ivory had a conversation with Tavi, tell her like grab her by her fucking neck and just bang. So Dolly and Tavi went another round. What I will say, at first, Dolly was giving it to Tavi, but then Tavi wrapped her hand around that neck and got the bing, 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 bing. And Dolly was like, you ain't do nothing. I was like, I beg to differ. I think she was hitting you. Now, she may not be leaving no marks on you, but she was definitely hitting you, right? So then after that, Dolly said, now I have to laugh because this shit was kind of funny. And I will say this to you, Dolly. You know you and this girl going back and forth about her chain. Why the hell did you go over there and sit down? I would stay on guard the entire fucking time. So they done got to calm down. Tavi walks right over to Dolly and just bing, bing, start hitting her again. Once again, Dolly talking about you ain't do shit. I was like, I beg to differ, because once again, she was hitting you. But okay. So then Summer's lame ass decided that she wanted to say something to Cole Killer, say something about Cole Killer. And Cole Killer starts, and I was like, you need to be worried about the hoe that's fucking your baby daddy. I was like, what that got to do with her? Is she in a relationship with the man? Because if she's not, then Marissa is free to do whatever she wants to do with the man, right? So Rolly pulled Dolly to the side. And Rolly is like, Dolly, give the girl her fucking chain back. Like, I don't want you to go home because of this. She was like, you don't have nothing to prove. And I absolutely agree with Rolly in that particular moment. Dolly, and that is my thing when it has come to Dolly this season. You don't have anything to prove to anybody, so I don't know why Dolly is so insistent on fighting. And I also want to ask the question because again, the person who left the comment was like, it was about the chain. But my question, because the person was like they had beef or something, but I don't remember Dolly and Tavi having beef, because when Tavi got her chain, everybody was clapping for her. So where did the beef come from? But when it comes down to Dolly, like I said, I agree with Rolly. I don't think but Dolly has to prove anything. You really proved yourself last season. Although you were a punching bag last season, you proved yourself. You showed to the girls that, you ain't somebody that's going to back down from a fight or none of that stuff. So I don't know why you came into this. Part of me feels like the reason why Dolly came into this season the way she did is because of how she was last season. The fact that she was injured so much last season. So she kind of want to make up for that. But I mean, you didn't have to. You really, in my personal opinion, you didn't have to. But hey, you can't tell somebody how to feel. So then after that, they went and got the chain. Back down with the other girls, K-Rican wants to fight Russian Cream. I was like, for what? Now, I know Russian Cream wanted to fight you for sneaking her. Russian Cream is like, we can wait. I said, you can wait for what, mama? She calling you out now. Granted, I know your hand is fucked up, but girl, you got to cast on. At least just pop her one good time. So they got to going back and forth with each other, right? Now, what I will say, it did look like Russian Cream was giving it to K-Rican. Y'all can tell me if y'all feel differently. So then they fought a second round. Now that second round was given a little bit of a tie. The second round gave a tie to me. So then the girls, it was Rolly. I can't remember who else was a part of this with Rolly. I know Scotty was a part of it. But the girls decided to bring up the video of Russian Cream calling Lex, Summer, and Dolly ugly, right? And Lex is like, ha ha, the gag is, she already told us this. And they were like, so you gonna be friends with a bitch that called you ugly? Now, Scotty, she kind of got you there. Because she was like, but you cool with Natalie, who's called you ugly. And, Scotty was trying to make excuses for her. But I was like, Scotty, baby girl, there is no excuse. Because I saw a clip of you and Natalie fighting over some food. But you still on this show talking about Natalie, your girl. Natalie would never be my girl. Ever in life. See, here's my thing when it comes to stuff like this. If you put your hands on me, we can't be cool. We can't break bread with each other. We can't go to dinner with each other. We can't have drinks with each other. We can't do shit with each other if you violate me and put your hands on me. It's a wrap. It's up and it's stuck, right? So then after that, LCK decides to take off her damn wig and say, I want it with Killer. I want it with Killer. I was like, oh my God, not you want it with Killer. So she wants it with Cole Killer. Remember, when they were at the wine tasting, when Cole Killer slapped the shit out of LCK. So that's why LCK wants it with Cole Killer. I was like, girl, sit down. Because here's my thing with you, LCK. You know you can't fight. If you really wanted it with Cole Killer, you should have fought Cole Killer the minute that the girl slapped you. Because let me tell you, if somebody puts their hands on me, even if they beat my ass, baby, we're not going nowhere. Like, you're not gonna just reach around and slap the shit out of me and my wig gets twisted and my glasses get stuck in my wig, fuck nah. We ain't finna leave this bitch until I square up with you. But again, LCK is not a fighter. And again, LCK is only doing this so that LCK don't have to leave this show. But it wouldn't be me. So LCK and Cold Killer get to fighting. Elsie, ma'am, what is this? Like, why do you do this? And then why do you try to bear hug? What is the bear hugging gonna do, LCK? But Cold Killer beat the shit out of her. So in the mix of them fighting, now K Regan, I do like you, but you were 100% wrong because you were trying to trip LCK, and then you also tried to jump into the fight. So Lex was trying to break it up. Now Lex, this one on you, but you shouldn't try to break it up. Y'all got ample security. Let the security try to break that shit up. So when Lex jumped in, Fauna swung and hit Lex. So Lex is like, you come here. So they get the fighting. They get the going back and forth, right? One thing I will say is the thing that Lex has a good advantage of is Lex has long ass arms. So her arms can reach, like, stretch, right? She like Gumby. She can stretch. Now, I will say, I do definitely believe that she beat the shit out of Fauna in both fights, and I do like Fauna. I do. But yeah, she tore Fauna up. But it wasn't like, with Fauna, I feel Fauna is kind of on, no, I'm not even gonna say that, because y'all will probably feel away. But with Fauna, what I respect about Fauna is win, lose, or draw, she gonna go in there with you, right? But I do believe that Lex beat her up and they fought 2 rounds. But at the same time, when it comes to Fauna, it ain't like Lex makes it seem like she just drug Fauna. You ain't dragged that girl. You got the best of her, but it was a little tug and tug with each other, right? I do have the question. Y'all look at Lex's eye in the interview. Lex has a busted blood vessel in one of her eyes. I'm like, is that because I feel like with Baddies, they film their interviews right when the season is, right when they're filming. Lex got a busted eye vessel. Lex got a busted vessel in her eye. I'm like, who gave you that? I've been wondering, like, who gave her that busted eye vessel? Like, I've been wondering that for quite some time. Neither here nor there, right? So this is the part where Lex called out Scotty for being friends with Natalie, who called her ugly. I've already spoke on it. So then Summer decides that she wants to call out Marissa. And Summer and Marissa fought each other. 2 people who cannot fight. Because y'all know Summer fights with her head down too. Marissa does not fight with her head down. But Marissa was just kind of, those toys that have those toys, it's 2 boxing toys from back in the 90s, right? It's a blue and it's a red. And, they fight like this. They bump, 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 bump. And, the head comes up and then you have to push the head back down. That's how Marissa was fighting. But I will say Marissa got the best of Summer, right? So Natalie was like, let's get ready to go to the club. So everybody was like, okay, we're finna get ready to go to the club. Bitch, as they were getting ready to go to the club, why did once again Tavi, whatever her name is, she swung and hit Dolly and they got to fight once again. With this one again, I cannot tell you guys who won that fight. If you guys want to say who y'all think won, leave it in the comment section. So then after that, they got ready to go to the club. Now on the way to the club, you got girls in different bands. I wasn't really listening to the conversation because they were talking about the fights, right? Now, some girls want to give Russian Cream her props. Rolly don't want to give her props, right? LCK was explaining why she fought with Cold Killer. It still don't make no fucking sense, right? And then in the other van, I know it was Diamond who was giving LCK her props, and she don't want to really give not Russian Cream her props, right? So they get to the club. It was supposed to be a fun time at the club. Now, Dolly, I don't understand her, right? So her and Summer are standing beside each other in front of the DJ booth, right? And Pretty P and Ivory are right there in front of them. So Ivory, she put her hand around Summer's neck, right? You know, playfully choking Summer. Summer, you lied in that Sprinter van, because you didn't. I could be wrong, but I don't think you pushed Ivory's hand away. Like, you might have pushed her hand away, but you were laughing when that girl grabbed you by the neck. Now she grabbed Dolly by the neck. Now Dolly wasn't here for it, because Dolly punched Ivory, and Ivory fell on the ground. So they got put out the club, right? And they were outside of their club for a good minute. They were trying to, get them to break it up. Ivory was losing her shit because Ivory was pushing Diamond. Ivory pushed Pretty P. I was like, what the fuck? So it took them a minute to get her on that bus, right? I thought it was funny as hell. So Diamond, girl, what kind of WWE shit were you on? So Diamond was standing on something on the DJ booth, right? And so she, boom, tried to elbow the shit out of Dolly. I said, girl, what the hell? That shit had me hollering. So they get back to the house. So Natalie is pissed off, talking about, we're banned from South Africa. We're banned from going anywhere. And then in her interview, she's like, I thought if I said this, they would stop fighting. I was like, you really thought that, Natalie? No, you didn't. No, you couldn't. You could not have thought that. So the episode ends with, Natalie telling Ivory, well, who started it? They were like, Dolly started. And Dolly was like, no, I did not start it. She put her hand around my neck trying to choke me. That is true. But again, I don't think Ivory was meant anything malicious with it. But, I'm not going to sit here and tell Dolly how she needs to feel when it comes down to that. But that's it. They ended the episode with them two getting ready to fight each other. Well, they fought each other, and that's where the episode ended. And it looks like next week is nothing but the same, nothing but brawls. Like, I mean, damn. I would never want to go to another continent, another country, another city, another state, anywhere. I would never want to go anywhere and do nothing but fight. Like, I would want to enjoy my time. But these girls, for some odd reason, don't like to enjoy themselves. And that's all I got, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, you guys. Share the video. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.